One of the fundamental teachings of the play of life is role theory. This is because the play of life essence is about relationships, and the way we relate is through the roles we play. The term roles was used for first time in this way by Moreno, Jacob Levi Moreno, that is also the creator of psychodrama and sociometry. And he worked with Martin Buber, and the essence for them was the encounter, and was not what happened in myself or in the other, but what happened in between. And what happened in between is the roles we play. Have you ever been in a relationship or in a conversation that started well, but ended very badly? Yes, it happened to me too, many times. That happens because the conversation started what is called constructive roles, a role that was feeding each other, and they were fun, they were good, and there was a flow, and they were deteriorated in what is called fragmenting roles. But sometimes we are not aware what is happening. So the teaching of the role theory, and to know the role theory, and to notice the role we are playing is essential for life. We always say that the brain works in the immediate present, not 1 second before or 1 second after, in the immediate present. And it's what I do, how I respond to life, it will make me the person that I am in that moment. Life is not more, not less, than how I respond to a stimulation. Viktor Frankl said that between the stimulus and the response, there is a space. It's in that space that I have the capacity to choose. And in that choice, I become free, because I don't become hooked by the other person. I can respond in an appropriate way. So the idea is how to catch that space, because in that moment, I can choose how to respond. But to know that, I need to know more about role theory. So there are social roles or familiar roles, the uncle, the father, the mother, the cousin, but also the social roles, maybe the carpenter, the policeman, the mailman. But these are the social or familiar roles. But the other way is how we do those roles. So we can have a father who could be a gentle educator or an angry shouter. We can have a policeman who can be a serious and firm educator to somebody who didn't do something right in driving. But also it can become a nasty driver, that in many countries we can see that. So the roles I'd like to talk to you about is what I call active roles. That is not the social or familiar role, but the way we use those roles, the way we act. And the active roles that are formed by two things, a feeling and an action. So I can be, for example, a happy sharer. I can be a content celebrator. So these roles makes me enjoy life in this moment, and we call those roles constructive, because they have a feeling and an action that they are constructive, that are good for me, makes me a better person. And the important things in role theory is that if the role is constructive, makes me a better person, grows me, and also grows the other person too. I would like to add that sometimes in life we need to play constructive roles that we may not like to play. Sometimes we may hate to play them. Like, for example, confronting somebody. And I can do that through a constructive role. For example, a calm, peaceful boundary setter. I may not like to confront the person to put boundaries, but when there is necessary, we have to do it. And we can do it in the right way, the constructive way. And in that case, it will be good for me, but also for the other person too. That makes us grow, makes us a better person. But also, if I don't do it in the right way, in a constructive way, and I wait, I may do it anyway, overreacting or withdrawing in a way that is like our next role, that is the fragmenting role. But then we have fragmenting roles. Fragmenting roles is the one I mentioned before, like a father who is an angry shouter. In that context, angry is not constructive, it's fragmenting, and shouter is also fragmenting. And it's not good for whom? For both. For the father and the person and the child. Because the role theory is that, as I mentioned before, it's not in one person or the other, but what happens in between. So every role I play has an effect on the other person. And a fragmenting role will affect me, will drain me, doesn't fit the best of me, and also will affect the other person too. But sometimes we mix both. And this is very common in service industries and sometimes in parenting, where we may be doing an action and helping someone, but we may be exhausted or maybe resentful. So we're a resentful helper. And this is not good, because we are mixing something that is so good, helping someone, but with a spirit that drains us. We call those roles ambivalent, because it has two components. So, the way we play roles are the roles that makes me a better person, grows me as a person, and grows the other person too. These are constructive roles. Fragmenting roles are the roles that weakens me, drains me, and also drains the other person too. And ambivalent roles are confusing, because I may be doing something very positive, but it has something there that drains it, and these are called ambivalent roles. So this is a summary of the active role theory, something that in the Play of Life course we go into a deeper analysis and reflection and connection with those roles. Not only how we relate to people, but how we relate to ourselves, how we relate with the environment. So in synthesis, the roles are constructive, fragmenting, and ambivalent, but there is much more there that learning that help us to start driving to a life worth living. Who doesn't want that? So the essence of that is how I respond to situations in life. And we respond through the roles we play. Sorry for being repetitive. The response will be constructive, it makes me grow. Fragmenting will drain me, or ambivalent, it will confuse me, and the other two.